Now, something very exciting happening on the show over the next week or so. Love Your Local Market Fortnight starts on Friday, tomorrow. And to celebrate, we're going to bring the breakfast show live from 3 markets in the county, starting on Friday at Newport Indoor Market. David Preston is the Chief Executive of the National Association of British Market Authorities, which is based in Oswestry.
Okay, well, it's a really interesting story. Love Your Local Market goes back to 2011 when David Cameron was Prime Minister, and he had concerns about the future of the high street and set up a review. And he engaged Mary Portas, I think everybody remembers her as the high street guru. And she came along with some ideas. And one of our colleagues from NABMA, my organisation, was there and said, well, hang on, what about markets? And it was as if a light suddenly came on. And in her recommendation, she said, how about a markets day? And the view was, well, markets are different days across the country. So how about having 2 weeks? Let's do it in May. She came on board with it. The idea was perhaps stalls for a tenner, business startups. And the idea was to promote local markets to the widest audience and make them firmly at the heartbeat of local communities. And that was how it all started.
That's amazing. And also, I feel very old that you're telling me that's 2011. So I remember that happening.
Absolutely. But isn't it ironic that the problems of the high street in 2011 and as we see the high street of today as well?
So you got involved. What kind of things are you doing over the fortnight? What kind of things are you pushing to people?
So we encourage all our members of NABMA to get involved. Last year, we had 450 markets that signed up and participated. And they do all sorts of things, really, to celebrate markets. All sorts of things such as young trader markets, teenage markets, repair markets, business startup markets. And as a national organisation, we try and facilitate that. The markets can register on our website. We encourage the use of social media with our hashtag Love Your Local Market 24. We offer markets digital assets that they can use. We operate free insurance for market operators to encourage new traders to come and have a go. We provide merchandise. And last year, we understand there were about 30 million read messages about Love Your Local Market during May, highlighting their importance to local communities. And we've seen so much evidence of that, where markets now are starting to fill the gap where other services are being lost, and they are actually moving on to markets. So, there is doom and gloom, but there are also a lot of green shoots, and some of it's very, very encouraging as well.
Yeah, and I know we're going to see a lot of that with doing the breakfast show live from Newport, from Market Drayton, and from Shrewsbury during the Love Your Local Market fortnight. What is so important about those markets I've mentioned and how they serve the community around them?
They are the heartbeat of local communities. They are market towns, and that's why the market is so important. But they offer so much more. We're seeing markets, and I know that these markets do the same, where they're the source, they're meeting places. It's not just about retail, it's about community, where community organisations come onto the market and they promote what they're doing. I know some of these markets have charity markets, they have gardening markets, young people's markets. So, markets have moved away from retail and they're doing so much more, and their offer is much greater. I think if you look at the COVID situation, NHS come out onto markets now. They were actually doing injections on markets. So it's much more than retail now. Markets are very much about community, and most importantly, they offer this startup business opportunity. It's low cost, it's low risk. Come and have a go on a market. In Love Your Local Market, we can provide free insurance. And it's a chance to take a business maybe that's fledgling in a garage or in a kitchen, take it onto a market, and who knows, hopefully those trial businesses could be the high street of the future. And if you look at the high street, how many of the big brands today actually started out on markets?
David Preston, the Chief Executive of the National Association of British Market Authorities, based right here in Shropshire. You can read more about what they do on their website, which is nabma.com.